Good. Peace. Greetings, greetings. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Y'all let me know if the volume is good. Peace, 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 peace. Greetings. Hey, Pooh. Greetings, greetings. Hey. Hi, everyone. Peace, beloveds. Coming in, coming in. Peace, peace, peace. Ashe. Peace. Hey, warrior. Hey, honey bun. Peace, y'all. Peace. So today's topic, I chose to do fertility issues or infertility. The biggest thing that I've been paying attention, I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of questions. Thank you. I get a lot of inquiries just about fertility and what can they do? Like, what can I do? I'm trying to have a baby. And I always joke on my other page that I'm like the fertility goddess because I got a lot of kids. I ain't never had no issues making a baby. Let's be clear. So the whole like fertility dynamic has been really interesting because what I've been paying attention to within our community in particular, there's a lot of things that's been happening from that perspective. Where, you know, men are having issues with impotence and our women are having issues with a lot of different dynamics, sex drive, fibroids, having hysterectomies, unnecessary hysterectomies. Now you're starting to see why. I hope if you are paying attention, I'm not going to get into that, but if you are paying attention to what's going on in the news and certain new scientific discoveries, and how they are trying to create babies without you necessarily being a woman. That's a whole nother conversation. But if you are in a space, I want to say this first. If you are in a space and you might be having fibroids or some sort of issues, cystic dynamics going on with your ovaries, do not get a hysterectomy. Okay? Wait before you go into that dynamic. Wait. Try to exhaust all the possibilities first. Okay? Please exhaust all the possibilities, specifically with a natural. I say this on no matter what topic that I'm going to speak on. It starts with knowing that the body is able and capable of healing itself. Okay? I cannot say that and express it enough. The body is fully capable, you know, the body is like fully capable of healing itself. You just have to create the environment. So it's just like, you know, growing a garden or doing things in a certain dynamic. All you have to do is create the environment for it. And when we create the environment for it, then everything grows. Everything regenerates. Okay? So the basic dynamic, we're going to start here. If you are having fertility issues, whether you are a man or a woman, the first thing you got to do is detox. Detox, detox, detox. I'm going to say that 100 times. I don't care what's going on with your body. You have to detox. You have to cleanse all of these toxins, all of these interesting chemicals that you have built up in your body. Okay? All these dynamics. And you have to take time. So let's be clear that you probably took 20 plus years, some of y'all, to destroy this vessel. And y'all be wanting a miracle to happen in like a week. No. Okay? No. So yeah, somebody mentioned fasting. Fasting is amazing, but first I would love for y'all to detox. Make sure that you detox first. Okay, do a detox first. And when I say detox, you want to take time and break down this whole system. You want to cleanse your blood. because that's one of the biggest issue is circulation. A lot of times if you're having fertility issues, it's lack of circulation. It's always going to 9 times out of 10 go back to there's a blockage in your circulation. So blood. And you know, you can use burdock, sarsaparilla. There's so many herbs that you can really use that's specifically for detoxing the blood. All right. Second thing that you want to get into is making sure that you are detoxing anything that's dealing with your reproductive system, your kidneys, your liver. Like, you want to attack each system and really do a good detox. Get you a herbal that is going to detox that body. Okay, so that could be the mullein leaf for your lungs. So you can make sure all of that's getting out of there. The toxins that you're breathing. You want to attack your lymphatic systems. So the herbs that are actually detoxing that. So you want to get into each system and really be strategic on, I'm going to break down each part of my system and make sure I take time to intentionally cleanse that system. Now I've cleansed it. Now we're going to fast. Yeah, I only do herbals. But I will say, like, people like Orion's Oracle, I don't know if y'all have heard of them, or Comedic Science, they have amazing tonics that are specific for systems. So they'll have like a kidney rejuvenation. They have like a colon cleanse, okay? So they have a really great way of just detoxing certain systems. So then you want to fast. Fast for a minimum of 7 days. Minimum of 7 days. That's the bare minimum. I would prefer for you to do a 21-day fast, but I know that might be a little extreme for some of y'all. And we might have to baby step you into this. But at least do a 7-day. What's a good detox for drugs in the system? Ooh, there's a lot. If you do a basic system cleansing and then do a fast, you can, you know, depending on what type of drugs, you might have to inbox me. What type of drugs you talking about? You say you'll lose your gains, but you can gain them back. And at least when you gain them back, 5 lives remembered, it'll actually be a healthy gain. And you can pick weight back up quick, honestly. So do some sort of fasting. What the fasting is going to do specifically is, one, it's going to finish eliminating anything that's left over in your body. But number 2, it's going to start putting your body in a reset mode. Okay? Reset mode. All right. Kay, which is one of my business partners, she said, what do we need to do as far as water during detox? You need to drink a lot of water. Water, you need to at least be drinking a gallon of water. Even if you ain't detoxing, you should be drinking a gallon of water a day. I don't care what nobody say. I'm big on, you should at least get a gallon of water in your system every day. Every day. When you are fasting, you can do the 7-day fast, what you just doing. Spring water, alkaline water. I always do a mix. I'm a mixed girl. Look, I do distilled water, spring water, and I do my alkaline water. I do all 3. Okay? I do all 3. And the reason I do all 3 is that you want to get everything. Too much alkaline water, I promise y'all, is not, like, don't believe the hype. A lot of times we get caught up in this thing where it's like, oh, everybody on this alkaline kick. Too much alkaline water it's not good. Okay? It's not good. But you want to make sure that you're getting all the dynamics in the water essentials that you need. Hold on, I want to make sure I stay on track. Okay, so during that fast, you want to make sure that you are drinking water. If you are going to do anything herbal wise, I suggest sea moss with bladderwrack in it. Sea moss with bladderwrack. Okay, I talk about this all the time. Sea moss with bladderwrack is going to give you everything that you need from a nutrient perspective. You can still do herbal teas while you're on your detox or your fast. Okay, all of that. So you want to do all of that and at least get that in. If it's too much and you like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it and just not eat nothing, watermelon or water filled fruits, okay? So like cucumbers, watermelon, stuff that like it has a high water content is the only thing you want to eat. And I don't go overboard. Don't make it where it's like you done ate a whole watermelon literally in a day. Don't do that. But it can still give you a little substance. The biggest thing I want y'all to do is really, I would prefer for you to at least do 7 days with just water. So you can cleanse all of that out. Water and herbal teas. That's all I would be doing. And just fasting with that. So by the time you come off of that, what you want to do is break your fast with fruits and vegetables. Preferably fruits. Once again, that's like water content. Okay, I think I posted a post not too long ago that has an actual chart that breaks down the water content per fruit. Okay, so you need to do that. My longest fast was 40 days. That's the longest I've done. I wanted to see if I could go longer, but it was... my lifestyle was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Now I could do probably a little longer than 40 days. But I was specifically doing, my 40 days was for a spiritual dynamic. It wasn't just for cleansing the body. My 40 days was also spiritual. Where should you purchase the sea moss and bladderwrack? I want to say there's pharmacy. I'm going to post something right after this. There's 2 people that I really highly recommend for the sea moss and bladderwrack. So I'll post both companies and then you can choose which one you like the best or who you want to go through. But I want to say Pharmacy for Life. I think that's the name of the company, Pharmacy for Life. They have a really great herbal supplement for that as well. I don't know if KK is on here. I don't know if you know someone else who will have sea moss and bladderwrack. Okay, so let's get into like now, okay, we've reset the body because that's the whole point. We got to detox, we got to reset it so we can start doing what we need to do, which is to alkaline the body. Okay, the whole point of you getting all the toxins out of your body and doing this fast is so we can reset it and we can get you in a space where we can alkaline the body now. All right, so now the key thing specifically for women, and I'm going to try to tap on some things for men, is what do we need to do in order for us to maintain the alkalinity that we're setting up the environment. So one of the first things is protein. And that's been a touchy subject specifically in the whole holistic community. But protein, specifically quinoa, okay? Eating quinoa is going to be really good for you because you're going to get all the amino acid. It's one of the only plant-based source that you can use and eat that's going to give you all the dynamics that you would get if you were still eating meat. Okay? Let me say this. While you're trying to do this, don't eat no meat. If you still eat meat, we can't do that. If you really want this baby, if you really want to get this functioning, men, you want to keep it up, you want to make sure you ain't shooting blanks no more, like, you can't go on operating in the same way. You have to eliminate the meat, the dairy, the processed foods, all the things that are putting toxins in your body. You got to get rid of that. Okay? So no eating anything that is going to destroy the body. Why? Because you have taken a long time to destroy your vessel. So now we want to make sure that we are making it healthy for breeding. You know, we want to create the environment that is going to be very healthy for you. And the only way that we can rejuvenate whatever the blockage is that's going on in your body is by creating that environment. And that starts with, what am I putting in it? So if we just took however long it took you to detox your system, let's say it took you 20 days and you done detox and you did the fast. So now we're in a space of, now we want to nourish it and we want to build it up. And in order for us to do that, we have to eat properly. So when I say protein, that don't mean meat. That means what is going to be the best source? And the best source is going to be quinoa. And like you can get that at any grocery store at this point. I'm pretty sure you can go into like the holistic natural section, and they're going to have quinoa in there. And it's going to have all your amino acids, which is what you really, really need. Okay? You really, really need that quinoa. And I love that Five Lives brought up that a lot of vegans do have a lot of vegans do have low cholesterol levels. Okay, now the thing is, that's a tricky one too. But the thing is that a lot of people don't research before they go vegan. They just feel like, oh, I stopped eating meat and I stopped doing this, but then they're not balancing their meals out. So a great way, like I said, is to research before you even change your diet and your eating habits. But the main thing, like I said, quinoa is a great plant-based. It's really one of the only plant-based sources that you can get that's going to have the full complex of everything that you would need, like you would still eat meat. Okay, so quinoa is a great addition. There's a lot of things you can do with quinoa to make it like, jazz it up. Okay, do certain things that so it'll taste good. Because if you like me, I like my food to taste good. I don't like nasty food. So there's a lot that you can do with that. Okay, so the other thing that you have is eating your berries, your dark fruits and your berries. That means like, your raspberries, your blueberries, all the dark, juicy fruits. Okay. And those dark, like juicy fruits are high in antioxidant. I actually posted a post about that as well. And they're going to be high in antioxidant. It helps keep your body alkaline. Okay, and that's the whole key, is how are we maintaining this alkaline body? Now, the best time to eat these fruits are going to be first thing in the morning. So when you get up and you're eating food again, what you want to do is drink water first. And then you want to get back into eating your fruits. And it's going to be your berries, your dark fruits, anything that's dark. So think about plums, all of that, all your dark, juicy fruits, okay? That's really high in antioxidants. Your third thing, you need to get essential fatty acids and your omega-3s. I had some omega-3s I wanted to show y'all, but, omegas. You want to get all your omegas in and your essential fatty acids. You need this. And this is my men and my women. You absolutely need this. If you are experiencing fertility issues, you got to have your fatty acids. You got to have your omega-3s and all the other ones. So we just going to say omegas. You got to. So the best way for you to get that is eating avocados. And if you like me, I love avocados. I put it, look, I'm like the commercial. I put this shit on everything. I love avocados. I do stuffed avocados. I cut avocados up in my salad. I have toast with avocado on it with some sauce. Yeah. So I love avocados. But you also can do flax seeds. And so your flax seeds, you can ground them up. You can buy the kind that's already like that. So you can mix it in with your smoothies. You can put it in with your oatmeal, whatever it is. Flax seeds and avocados are going to be your number one source to get those omegas in and get those essential fatty acids. If you don't want to do those in particular, there are a lot of brands that have great omegas in it. So what I will do is I'm actually getting ready to upload one on the healing chamber that I just purchased for our company. So I will upload that tonight. I'm gonna have to go ahead and do it tonight since I already done put it out there. But there's other brands that I can post as well that have a really great omega compound that you can use and you can take on a regular basis, okay? This helps with your circulation, men. So for my men on here, this is going to help you with your circulation. So you know that there's a lot of circulation issues. There's a lot of blockage issues. This is why that the male principle is not working. Anytime your male principle is not working, the root of it is, well, it's two roots. It's either mental or physical. And the physical dynamic is 9 times out of 10 is circulation. There's something creating a blockage within your circulation. And then the mental aspect, there's something creating a blockage mentally between the dynamic and the situation that you might be in and why he ain't working. Okay. But it also helps with women in creating what needs to happen in your body in order for when it's time to conceive that child. It helps with brain development. It creates basically a great foundation in your cells and in your body in order for your baby to come healthy. And it helps you get pregnant. So, eat you an avocado today. Leafy greens are going to be a must. Okay, your leafy greens provide so much for you just in general. I did do a couple of posts on just making sure that y'all take the time to clean your greens, whatever it is that you're eating, because they tend to hold a little bit more of the pesticides than any other fruit or vegetables. So you want to make sure that you're taking the time to soak them and get all the chemicals off of them before you actually cut them up to eat in your salad. The rawer, the better with any of these. But if whatever it is that you're eating, make sure you're cleansing them. Eat your salads, cook them, and have some on the side. You want to get a lot of that, okay? Number 5 is fiber. You have to increase your fiber. And the fiber it's really coming from your lentils, all right? All your chickpeas, any of your like lentil bean, like there's so many, and I love lentils. There's so much stuff there. And I love hummus and all of that. So you get to do hummus and all of that, okay? So just increasing what is my fiber intake. And the best source of that fiber honestly comes from your lentils. So lentils, like I said, chickpeas, your red beans, all of that. Anything that's going to be in the bean family pretty much is a great thing. Plus, the one thing that I love about lentils in particular, it does this thing where when you eat it, it comes in your body. And it's going to bind all the like chemical, like extra hormones, okay? All the extra cholesterol. The lentils come in and it's like, it comes in and grabs all the stuff that's not supposed to be there, and it'll help flush it out. Okay, so you got to drink a lot of water on top of it. But it helps flush it out. That's one of those natural ways that you can eat something and it is going to naturally flush out toxins in your body. So you should probably have a serving of lentils every day, honestly. So iron is one of my biggest thing, and it's funny because I swear it seems like most of the people who are anemic or having some sort of iron deficiency, this is a time frame where you definitely have fertility issues or circulation issues. So those things seem to come up there hand in hand. Iron is one of the dynamics that it reduces your ovulation. Okay, so if your iron is low, your ovulation is going to be low. All right, and we need to build that up. So in order for you to build that up, once again, that goes back to eating your leafy greens, but also you can take molasses. I used to take like a spoonful of molasses every day. That's probably why I ain't never had no fertility. I ain't never had no fertility issues because I've been taking molasses since I was little. Okay, so I use it as a sweetener. Now I've kind of come off of molasses in the last month or so, just because now I've changed my outlook on sweeteners in particular. Like I don't do honey or molasses or none of that now, but molasses is really good for you as far as giving you the iron that you need for your body. Specifically, if you are melanated, it has a lot of benefits for you in your body. Okay, it has a lot of benefits for you in helping with melanin and all of that. So all of that kind of is hand in hand. Not a molasses fanatic. You don't want to use the molasses. The other thing that you want to do is spinach. Okay, spinach is really good. That's one of your leafy greens. Lentils still have a really high dynamic. Okay, lentils have a really high dynamic. Thank you for the ones that are answering the questions that I can't catch. Also, Ray, you asked about cancer. What can she do? You want to look at eating a lot of soursop. I've posted somebody who actually sells the soursop teas. Changing her diet. I don't know what her diet consists of. Like I said at the beginning of this video, anytime you want to heal or rejuvenate your body, you have to start from an alkaline state. You cannot heal a body if it's you're continuing an acidic lifestyle. Acidic lifestyles are not beneficial. All right, let's be clear. If you are striving to heal your body, you cannot fix that in acid. Acid is like what produces disease and what kills a lot of stuff. You have to have a very healthy balance. But a lot of times, if you are acidic, 9 times out of 10, you're highly acidic because now disease and all kind of stuff has started attacking your body. And the whole key is that you got to go real hard to the alkaline. You can't walk that fence. A lot of people be wanting to straddle the fence in this, and you can't. Not if you really want real change. You're going to have to make the commitment and be very disciplined on what it is that you need to do. Peace, beloveds. Okay, so what did I end up with? Iron. Iron was number 6. My number 7 is zinc. And zinc is so important. Okay, zinc is so important for my men and my women. Zinc gives you so many different dynamics for when it comes to healing this body. Okay, when it comes to healing the body. And zinc, one of the biggest things for my men, it's going to help with your sperm. It's going to help with circulation. Once again, it's going to help pretty much create a healthy foundation for any fertility issues that you're having. And how can we get the zinc naturally? You can do it either through pumpkin seeds, okay? Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. There are a lot of like the seeds. This is when you want to use your seeds. But pumpkin seeds is really high in zinc, okay? Plus pumpkin seeds is really good at cleansing toxins and all kind of nastiness and parasites in particular out your body. Yes, pumpkin seeds is amazing, all right? But it's very high, and it's specifically really good for men. And for women, like I said, it's going to create, you need that to heal your body and heal whatever it is that's going on in your body, all right? In your body. So, now we've talked about the food. The other thing is you got to get up and get moving. That means you got to actually do some exercises that's going to create some movement in the lower region. So you need to get out and walk. You might want to do stretches and yoga positions that are focused intention on your hips, your legs, your core. You have to work out. Because once again, what did I say in the beginning? One of the biggest reasons that you are having any type of fertility issues is what? Lack of circulation. So when you don't have the right amount of circulation going on in your body, it's going to create blockages. And those blockages start to show up in different forms. So the one thing that you want to make sure that you're doing, you're being very intentional on getting any type of movement going in your lower body. Really your whole body, because you need circulation for everything. So you want to do things that are going to increase your circulation. And you need to do this on a day-to-day basis. This is like a whole lifestyle change. Okay? Specifically like if you're overweight. So if you are overweight, you really want to focus on how can I decrease this weight that I'm holding on to because it's toxic right now, and make sure that you get yourself in a certain space. Don't believe the hype. Like, I'm not that one, and I will never lie to y'all and try to make anybody feel good about holding on to like unneeded and unnecessary weight. I do not believe in the whole it's genetic. I don't believe in none of the BS. I still be looking at people like, I don't understand how you really eating this plant-based diet and you are like the same size as somebody eating cheeseburger. I'm just saying. I'm not that one. I'm not the one that's going to candy coat nothing for y'all. All right, let's be clear. You have to be in a space where you are being really honest about why am I holding on to this weight? And am I doing all the things that are necessary in order for me to release not only the weight, but the toxins that it's holding? Because that is not only being chemicals or toxins or poisons that you're putting in your body, but it's also emotional poison. Okay, what emotions are you holding on to that you have not released? A lot of times when you are holding on to weight and you claim that you have changed your eating habits and you changed your workout routine, 9 times out of 10 it's emotional. So what is it emotional that you need to detox from as well? Okay. The other thing is relax. A lot of times when we're having fertility issues, it's stress induced. We are in a society that we are very stress induced. Okay, we are in a space that we are fight or flight, fight or flight. And because we are in that space that we are fight or flight, it's like that stress is going to create a hormone in your body. And now that your hormone is like, that's not creating the environment that wants to have a baby. A baby is not trying to come out because you over here stressing. You're supposed to be enjoying the things that create the baby. Be very relaxed. Don't overthink it. Don't stress it. Okay? But a lot of it is, like I said, if you start with this basic list and this basic dynamic of what it is that you need to eat so you can create the environment for it, what you need to do from a workout perspective so you can create the environment, increase your circulation, okay? Speak life into it. Speak life into it. Words are very powerful. So you need to speak life into whatever it is that you're doing. So all of the things is almost like it's second nature, and it becomes a very healing process. Okay. Identify root issues on why these fertility issues are coming up, because sometimes these fertility issues are deeper than the blockages. And you have to pay attention to these blockages and what emotions are connected to the blockages. Okay? Like, what emotions have I not dealt with? Is it past life trauma? Okay? There's a lot of different dynamics that really are attached to why this region is not working. Is my root chakra off? Is my sacral chakra? Like, it's a lot. But I think if you start with the space where you're starting to detox and get clear, then you'll understand. Would you like to ask me a question? Visions for Men, you can ask me a question. It is. I just wanted to make sure I got everything out. So y'all can ask me questions now. Go ahead. Fire away. If it has anything to do with, I like some stuff I might answer. So I don't want to get too far off of fertility. Okay. I don't want to get too far off of fertility. I would like to stay in the fertility range. There's a lot of herbs. Let me say this for my women. One of the herbs that you will really want to get into is red clover. Red clover is really, really good for cleansing and helping to get your womb prepared for making a baby. Okay. So red clover, red raspberry leaf, really, really great for before, during, and after you have a baby. Okay. Red raspberry leaf, red clover, and like I said, any cleansing herb that's going to kind of prepare. What do I suggest for a detox? It depends on what you're detoxing. If you're doing just like a maintenance detoxing, but still wanting to nourish your body, sea moss and bladderwrack is going to always be my go-to. Sea moss and bladderwrack is my go-to. That's something that you can take every day without it harming your body and being too harsh. But the sea moss is going to provide the nutrients and the minerals that you need. The bladderwrack also provides some nutrients that you need, but it also goes in your body and takes all the toxins and pushes out. You just have to drink a lot of water. That's the only thing I highly suggest, no matter what. Pay attention to, like, if you look at some of the charts, you have to pay attention. Somebody asked, I'm sorry, how to notice which chakra is not in alignment. You need to pay attention to what is going on. Like if I put a chart up, or if you look up a chart for like what chakra this is dysfunction or not in alignment or not moving in the right direction, that it'll let you know what's off. I'm weird, so like I can tell. Like I feel like discomfort. If I'm feeling like my throat chakra is off, I always know I can pinpoint what created the blockage. And then my throat always feel like I get like a sore throat, or I have some sort of like weirdness going on. If I'm having issues with my solar plexus, I always feel like it almost feels like an anxious feeling, or I'll get some type of weird feeling in my stomach. Okay. Warrior Goddess asked about vaginal detox. What do I think about vaginal detox? I feel like you have to be very mindful about anything that's dealing with altering the pH of your vagina. Okay. So I do believe in the steams, but I'm just like you have to see what works for your body. So this is what I will say. I've given you an outline of things that I feel like can work for you, whether it's the foods, whether it's the herbs, all of these dynamics. But listen, each one of us are different. We have our own special makeup and our own dynamics, okay? We have our own dynamics. And because we are specially made, you have to figure out what works for you. Okay? What works for you? Because some people do really good with the vaginal steaming and the vaginal detoxing, and it doesn't throw off their pH. And then some people, you might have created a whole lot of war. Your vagina will be mad at you. She will not be happy. She will be ready to fight. She will be ready to fight. Thank you. I'm so glad I got my sisters in the chat room, just in case I don't miss something. Y'all just bring something in to my attention if I don't catch it. The red clover will be great for your anemia, but you also want to probably include, like I said, the molasses in your diet. I would be interested to know what else you like. How's your regular eating habits? Because anemia can be really a little tricky. It's easy, but it's a little tricky. Is there anything that he can eat besides watermelon in the fast? I would prefer for him not to eat anything but watermelon. If he is taking like the sea moss with the bladderwrack as well, I promise y'all it does create, a great, like when we are getting our nutrients met, a lot of times it's mental. It's mental that, oh, I'm hungry. No, you're not, because your body is already getting what it's needing. Okay? You just got to make sure. What about fertility over 40? Honey, listen. Didn't I just say, you came in late, baby. I am the queen of popping out a baby. I got a 3-year-old right now, and I'm over 40. So, I stay popping out kids. I stay popping out kids. So your body is able to produce as long as you want them to produce. Okay? Your body is able to produce as long as you want them to produce. Okay? If you set the environment and you do what you're supposed to do, like you can even make your cycles come back. For those of y'all who decide that y'all want your cycles back, I'm on the committee where I'm like, when mine is gone, I'm gonna be glad. Yes, I'm over 40, child. Yes. Whew. I got a birthday coming up this Sunday. No, I'm over 40 I have 5 children. So that's why I always say I'm the fertility guys. I got 5. And I might pop out a set of twins. So, look. I might pop out a set of twins. Definitely, like I said, the red clover is good for cleansing. The red raspberry leaf is really good for creating and strengthening the womb. It just would depend on what else is going on in your body. If you're feeling like you're having fertility issues, okay? Maca powder. I meant to tell y'all about that. Maca powder is really good. I just sold out. I swear every time I put it up on the website, I swear y'all snatch it up like this. Okay, y'all snatch it up like this. But maca powder is really, really good. Okay, maca powder is really good for helping, especially with increasing maca powder and moringa. It's really good for increasing your libido, and those type of dynamics is good for your circulation, but it's definitely good for the reproductive system for both my men and my women. Okay, maca powder would be great. Like taking that like on a daily basis in like a smoothie, would be great. Thank you. So y'all trying to flatter me. Whatever. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, you just bought molasses. What type of molasses? So now when I say molasses, and I just took a picture of raw honey at the grocery store, I was like, they selling people this raw honey talking about it's raw and unfiltered, but raw honey don't look like that. If you are buying raw honey, it should not look like regular honey, but maybe just a little darker. It should look thick as all get out. It should have like almost where it looks like it's grainy at the bottom if it's real honey. Okay, if it's real honey, I would prefer for you to get it from a local bee farmer. Okay, and then molasses, you can either mix it in your water, you can drink like a tea and just put you I used to just put like a tablespoon of molasses and I used to just eat it first thing in the morning. That would be like part of my morning rituals. Royal jelly is really good. I actually have a fertility shake that I'm gonna post that has royal jelly in it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it should not. Real honey. It's a Five Lives. Remember, I stopped doing honey because it's such a tricky, slippery slope. There's so many benefits of real honey, but there are so many dynamics with honey that if you are not getting it the right way, it is going to be more detrimental. I don't got a fly in here. Detrimental to your body. Okay. So the thing with the honey, specifically with raw honey, like I said, I wish I had brought my jar in here. It's going to look a certain way. It creates a separation. So you'll have the honey that's, at the top, and almost like the sugar substance that it creates, it will sit at the bottom. The thing about honey, especially when you're buying it from the store, it might say raw and unfiltered, but anytime they apply any type of heat to it, or there's a certain type of process that they do where it looks like just regular, like all the honey look the same, you've already taken all the good stuff out of it. It's already killed the nutrients and the things that are going to help you in the long run. So you want to make sure, that's why I keep saying, if you're going to do the honey thing, you need to make sure it's the honey that is really like raw, is unfiltered. I used to sell it on my website. I'm not going to do it right now, because typically if I change something in my own personal lifestyle, then I definitely try to make sure that I stick to that in what it is that I'm offering the people as well. So I'm not going to offer y'all or like sell anything to y'all that I would not take myself. So let's be clear. I'm not. Everything on my website I take or I have taken at one point in time. So I strive to, be very genuine and walk in integrity when it comes to what I'm promoting. So yeah, the honey, if you are getting it and it's heated or it has some type of, like they've done some sort of process to it, it's not going to be good for you. And it's going to, it's just not as healthy. It's got a lot of dynamics. And then any sweetener, honestly, is not going to be, because it breaks down into sugar in your body. And sugar does a lot of damage to our body in general. So you want to just be mindful of how much you are doing. Yes. The best thing to me is check your local farmer's market. Don't get it from the grocery store. Get it from your local farmer's market. Or if you can find like somebody like me, that I was like, at one time I was selling, the real, you get the honey, you gonna know that it's the real stuff. You got to stir it up. in order for it to look a certain way. But try to find somebody who actually, like, oh, this is the real, like, look, do you see that bee leg? It'll have like bee pieces in there. I know that sounds nasty, but I'm just saying. I love when it has the honeycomb. I think Outlaw just said, and it'll have the honeycomb still in there. Okay, y'all, let me just like kind of skim through comments. Oh, painful. I'm gonna have to come back on that one. Painful cycles, there's a whole nother dynamic, and there's a whole lot of stuff that comes with that. But the biggest thing that you want to think about for that, you said herbs for cramps and anemia. Red raspberry is going to be like your number one go-to when you're talking about anything in the reproductive dynamic. Valeria is a really good one. You can go to most Whole Food or like natural stores, go in their herbal section. They normally have like a complex that is for reproductive system. And 9 times out of 10, it'll have like milk thistle. It'll have your red raspberry leaf. It'll have some other dynamics or like a great combination that you need to take like as a tincture, or you can take it as a tea or whatever. Those are really like good herbs. There's a tea by, I'm gonna see if I can find the actual company that I trust, but it's actually called a pregnancy tea, and I think it's really good. I've always used it with my kids, but they have like all the different herbs that really help with what's going on in your body. Yeah, the reproductive system can be tricky, and there's so many different dynamics that play a part on why you might have a lot of issues. The biggest thing that I tell people is like, one, you got to look at what you're eating, and then pay attention to what's triggering it. A really good like natural dynamic as far as alleviating or easing pain during your cycles is drinking enough water. Make sure that you're getting enough water. Okay, enough water. Okay. And then the other thing that you want to do is make sure that you eat, like, black cherries are really, really great for like pain relief, specifically when it comes to the reproductive system. Okay. So you can't just say, okay, oh, my cycle about to come on in like 3 days. You got to already been eating the cherries like at least within that 28-day cycle. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk about before I forget and get off of here, the best time to do the procreation thing is going to be 13 days. Start around 13 days after the first day of your cycle. For those of y'all who have irregular cycles, all of that, you got day 1. So you want to count out 13 days. After 13 days after day 1 is when you want to start getting that your ovulation should be high. But everyone is different. So, there's tests that you can buy at the grocery store. Okay, there's a test that you can buy to see when you're ovulating, when is the best time for you to conceive. But like I said, I'm like not really a big fan of y'all overthinking. And now I'm taking my temperature every day to see when my temperature going up. So I know that when my temperature spiked, then this is when we need to do it. No, don't overthink it. Because that's going to take the fun and what it is, like the connection. Okay, and when we create babies and we are opening up these amazing portals for these little people to come through, you want to be very relaxed. You need to be in a certain space. Okay, you need to be. Pregnancy tea, you can honestly, I think you can get it if you have like a Harris Teeter. Go in their tea section. Typically, if you go in the tea section, there's a tea that's called the pregnancy tea, and it has all the herbs. Any herbs that you can use while you're pregnant or like after partum are really great for you trying to get pregnant, because they are specifically putting emphasis on your uterus and your ovaries and all of that. Yeah. And like Kay said, there's apps that you can do, but I just personally feel like don't, because you don't know. I feel like a baby will come when it's time to come. I got babies all over the damn calendar. Like they all over the calendar. They at the beginning of the month, they at the end of the month, they in the middle, like they all over the calendar. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any question that I didn't answer, or one of my wonderful, amazing super healer friends, look, my super friends in here didn't answer? Just want to make sure. Thank you. I'm saying all these compliments after the fact, but I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you. What are good natural things for your skin? If you are having acne issues or anything that's going on with your skin, in particular, burdock root is amazing because it's a blood cleanser. And typically, if you're having any skin issue, it's normally toxins that are trying to come out. These are toxins that's trying to come out. Drinking water, look, what you call it, just like water. Water is a very key part, but you want to make sure that you are cleansing what's going on inside, because even the water sometimes, like my daughter, my oldest daughter, she had like a really bad acne problem. Okay. And with her, I remember like she drank a lot of water. Like all my children drink a lot of water. A lot of water. Okay. And it was creating where like she's still, yeah. That's what I was going to say. And it's not just even, you have to pay attention to what is the acne coming from. Is it an environment issue? Is it a hormonal issue? Anytime that like either I'm coming off of my cycle or I'm getting ready to come on my cycle, I always get like blemishes. But I only get like one, like I just had one. But I only get one or two, and that's different. So hormonal issues will definitely like throw it out of whack. And so you want to get things that are going to help balance those hormones, which once again, that red raspberry tea is great for balancing your hormones out. All right. But you want to pay attention to the other dynamics, making sure that you're eating fruit and vegetables that are really good for the skin, like your cucumbers. Did somebody just put that in there? Thank you. Like cucumbers, eating stuff that are going to be really good for that. But you're also going to want to do, like I said, a herb that is good at cleansing the blood, like dandelion, specifically burdock root, because burdock root is amazing for your skin. All right. What about vertigo? See, y'all going all the way left. Y'all went left. This fertility. 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 Oh, I don't know. That five lives. Okay, so what's my opinion about calorie intake? That can be tricky because it depends on if you want to gain weight or if you're wanting to maintain it. The perfect person for you to go to is All Warrior Fitness. He actually creates meal plans for, so let me just say that All Warrior Fitness, this is normally his day to do the Wednesdays. If you go to his page or his website, he actually creates meal plans that are plant-based, and you tell him if you want to gain weight or if you want to maintain your weight or if you're wanting to lose weight, and then he'll create like however much you sign up for, like it'll create like a plan. I'm funny about that. Like it is very hard. I know I'm supposed to be eating like 2,500 calories a day, and it's like super hard because of the way that I eat. So I eat a high raw food. I'm probably like almost 90% raw most of the time, food diet. And yeah, for me, it was getting really difficult for me to hit that 2,500 mark. But things like avocado, the quinoa, things that are going to have a high fat content or a high dynamic, this goes back to making sure that you balance your plates out. And really, really be mindful of that. Maca powder is really good too for my women. Maca powder is really good for like helping you, keep your curves. Cause I know a lot of times we don't like to go all the way plant-based and vegan because we don't want to be looking like this. We still want to be curvy. And I can tell you like maca powder will help you maintain a certain weight as well. All right. But yes, All Fit Warrior Fitness, you can DM him for the questions as far as like what's a good weight, like calorie intake to stay at. And what meal plan that you probably would need to be. I don't know what the fee is, but I know if you inbox him, he's really good at doing. That's who I use to do all my stuff when I'm being disciplined. Can burdock root interfere with fertility? No. Now, burdock root is not something that you want to do every day. So anything that is doing a detox, you don't want to do that every day. Like, I always suggest that you do 8 days on and maybe come off. Okay? So do certain stuff and then come off. There's only a few herbs. Like I said, sea moss and bladderwrack is my go-to when you're talking about maintaining cleansing in your body and also providing the nutrients. Okay? It is a really great thing. Oh, somebody actually. Kombucha. Ooh. Ooh. I'm studying on that right now. I have in the past done the kombucha. Somebody had asked, what are my thoughts on kombucha? Because I know I just be jumping into topics. Fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut. It's weird. It's weird. I will say this. Once again, you have to do what fits your lifestyle. So if you are truly doing more of an alkaline-based diet, then any of the fermented foods is a big no-no. Okay? So you can't do none of the kombuchas and the kimchis and all of that. If you're doing strict alkaline, like Dr. Sebi alkaline type. Okay? But if you are a little more relaxed, okay, if you are a little more relaxed, then and you're maybe coming from a Dr. Layla Africa perspective where it's about balance on the alkaline and the acid foods, then you can still do the kombucha and the fermented foods. That fermented food can be like, it's just tricky. And kombucha, for those of you that don't know what that is, it is basically a fermented tea, and it creates like healthy bacteria. And a lot of the stuff that create issues is what? It starts from our gut. So what we are putting in our body, okay, what we are putting in our body is a dynamic that you want to pay attention to. Okay, what we are putting in our stomach, it creates and sends signals and messages to our brain and to everything. So this is what creates mental health. This is also what creates other dynamics that go on in our body. So we have to make sure that you're paying attention to what you're putting in your stomach. The kombucha and the fermented foods, though, that's where it gets tricky, because it creates this wonderful thing when it comes to our gut, and our gut getting certain bacteria that we need. So you have to figure out which one is best for you, and what is more in alignment with the lifestyle that you are choosing to live. Our Warrior Fitness said shouldn't detox more than 30 days. Now, I personally don't feel like you should do any detox past 7 days. Fasting, yes, you could do fasting where it's like intermediate fasting, that type of thing you can do for a certain amount. But if you're talking about anybody that's doing a herbal type of detox, I personally do not suggest going over, like, very max is 14 days. And that's like pushing it. I just personally feel like that is way too much on those organs, especially if you're doing intentional detoxing, is way too much harsh. Like, it'll put you in shock. Your body will do something real strange. And a lot of times people are not ready for that response. Okay? Because when you do a detox, especially if you're doing herbals, if you're doing it really hard and you are transitioning your lifestyle per se from food wise, your skin is going to break out. Your body just get ready to have all these different reactions. And you're going to be like, oh, hell no, I ain't doing this. So I always say, do like 7 days and then come off and give your body a break. But that don't mean that you go back and eat all the crazy stuff. That means you eat very clean. So like you do 7 days or 8 days, then come back, give it a break. All right. It's counting me down. I ain't know I was on here that long, but anyway, I love you guys. I hope that this helps for you. If you have any more questions, I will save this, and it will be on the YouTube page for the Healing Chamber. And I'll also save this and put it in a live save, whatever. All right. All right. Peace, beloveds.